Alright, what's going on guys, it's Code. I'm gonna come at you guys with a new commentary video, and I wanted to talk about why I believe that Black Ops 2 Remastered will be the next king of zombies, and maybe the overall best we will ever receive. Now before we actually jump into why I believe this game's gonna be good, let's just go over what would happen, if Black Ops 2 got remastered. So starting off with just general base game improvements, movement. This game, though it still does feel pretty good, the movement, it's very limiting in my opinion, and honestly still kind of feels a little bit clunky. I don't know if it's maybe I'm just now used to more modern games or whatnot, but that's just my opinion. Second off, the perk limit being increased to having none, and also fan favorite perks returning, such as Vulture Aid, like in the gameplay you're seeing right now. And of course, with more of those gameplay improvements, you'll have the introduction of alternate ammo types into these games. Now, which type of alternate ammos we will get, I have no idea. If it's something similar to like a Black Ops 4, which I'm really hoping they don't do, I really don't think it's gonna do much, unfortunately, and honestly may hurt the game more than help. However, if we get something like Black Ops 3 or Cold War's alternate ammo types, now we're talking. We have the potential for just insane strategies and high rounds in these just absurd areas, and also just plain fun. Like, could you imagine running a similar strategy to High Round Giant on like the Mob of the Dead Golden Bridge with just your guns and there's constantly bruises coming out? That would be amazing, dude. And of course, you can't talk about general game improvements without weapon kit systems. Come on. The amount of customization, the way you can help challenges, camos, attachments, it is just never ending. I would absolutely love to rock around with an AN-94 with an underbarreled grenade launcher, a reflex sight stock, and like a laser sight. That would be amazing, especially on the Pack-a-Punched version. Who knows what it would do. But now that we've got some of just the general base improvements that I believe a remaster would come with, let's actually now talk about the things that they could innovate on, and truly why I believe a Black Ops 2 Remastered would be the best. Starting off with the reintroduction of party modes. Please do not mess this up. There is so much potential with this, it is incredible. Let's just talk about the first two modes that came out with the original release of Black Ops 2. Grief and Turned. Grief, in my opinion, has the most potential I've ever seen out of a zombies game mode. Picture this, you have like 7 or 8 people, which unfortunately in today's age kind of is an odd number. With 7, there is no game you can actually go into that's not a massive MOBA. And even then, there are very few activities where you can all play together. Even in something like a Destiny 2, if you have 7 players, you got one man out. You gotta bite the bullet somewhere. However, with Grief's 8-player limit, guess what? That's completely taken care of. Not only is it fun, hectic, and you can totally grief your friends as well, which is the best part. Guess what? You don't have to, and you can just decide, hey, you know what? We got 8 players. Let's see how far we can get and just do high rounds with 8 players, because you know what? Why not? And I think also with a reintroduction of the Grief game mode is that we can see, instead of the smaller maps for the Grief mode, we could see the entire map used. Imagine an 8-player Grief session on Origins, all of you guys trying to fight for the staffs. That would be such an amazing experience. I'm honestly getting giddy just thinking about it. And of course we have Turned. Now, unfortunately, I don't really see too much of an improvement being made on Turned. However, I do think it's just a little something nice. Maybe you could improve the actual game mode itself by just incorporating more players. But honestly, for Turned, I'm kind of at a loss for what they could do. But even if they don't improve it, hey, adding it, that's just something else to add, a little cherry on top. And of course, we have maybe one of the biggest things you could think of, which is the introduction of new party games. Gun game. A competitive gun game in zombies would easily make this game last 4 years. That would be the funnest thing ever, man. Whether it's based off points, whether it's based off kills, whether it's based off whatever stupid thing they could think of, it would just make the game more and more fun. Now, if you're not sold on that idea, picture this, right? It's summer vacation, or it's the weekend before a long ass shift. You know what I mean? It's 12 at night or 1 a.m. You got 6 people on. You're all maybe a little tipsy or whatever, and you all decide, you know what? Starting round 20 Origins gun game with Pack-a-Punch weapons. Because why not, bro? That just sounds perfect. Now, on to the next point, and I think a lot of you guys may have thought of this initially when clicking on the video. I believe that this game is where Chronicles 2 could actually be released. Now, why do I believe Chronicles 2 will release with this game and not something like Gulf War? Well, I think the reasons are a fewfold. Number one, this is a remaster of a previous Black Ops title. Now, I understand that may not be a convincing argument for us, a player, but for shareholders and investors, that is a massive point. The Black Ops IP and name recognition in and of itself usually screams quality to the customer base. I mean, look at what you have. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, and Black Ops Cold War all had really good multiplayers, campaigns. As some of the zombies from, say, Black Ops 4 may not have been the best in the campaign from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 we won't talk about, but besides that, they usually bring in a whole lot of revenue, and that's something that these investors want. Now, also for players, when it comes to a Black Ops 2, I would like to imagine that they would give us all the maps on release. You know, Transit, Nuketown, Mob of the Dead, Buried, Die Rise, Origins. So there could be room for some DLCs there as well. And as a player, the other reason why I believe that Chronicles 2 may actually be coming out on this game is actually because of Chronicles 1. If you look, the actual selection is fairly simple. All of the World at War maps, all of the Black Ops 1 maps, but then you have this weird selection of Origins. Now, that may just be to get amazing screenshots for the trailer and get hyped up, but honestly, I think any Black Ops 2 map would have actually been extremely hyped. I mean, a remastered Transit would have literally blown the internet up. A remade Die Rise would have been insane and gotten a lot of people hyped. And Buried, I mean, many people consider that one of their favorite maps ever. That would also be amazing. And same thing with Mob of the Dead. I mean, there would be so much hype around that. But now, let's take all those Black Ops 2 maps, put them in their own game, and then let's add a Chronicles 2 to that. I think that's an absolute recipe for success. And I think if we're going to talk about Chronicles 2, we should talk about maybe what maps we might think will be on Chronicles 2. So again, looking at the actual release of all the maps being all of Black Ops 1 and all of World at War, I think it's likely we may actually see all of Black Ops 3 maps remastered along with some Black Ops 4 maps. Now, to a lot of people, that may seem insane, but remember, when Origins was remastered for Chronicles, it was only 4 years old. All of the Black Ops 3 maps at this point are 9 years old or almost 10 years old at this point. That's insane. Like, Black Ops 3 came out in 2015. We are now in 2024. These maps are easily eligible for a remaster, even remakes in some cases. Now, of course, this is all speculation and I have no idea, but I think in my opinion, it makes the most sense. And I want to talk about one other reason that I believe that this game will be the biggest. And simply put, nostalgia. I mean, nostalgia is one of the most powerful things in gaming history. And you may say, oh, but what's your proof behind that? And simply put, you guys. A few weeks ago, I put out a short talking about what I would rank all of the Call of Duty zombie modes. Now, I put Black Ops 2 in amazing, the second highest tier. My argument was simple. The fact that Transit and Die Rise are two of the worst maps ever, I can't justify putting it in goated tier, which was my highest. So let's just take a look at just some of the replies. There weren't like an absolute ton of comments, but there were a lot of people telling me that I got this wrong. So the first one is L-Take, Transit is goated. Now, I liked and loved it because, you know, I like talking to my fans, like supporting him, but 43 other people liked this post. So clearly there is still a lot of people who care about Transit. And here we go with this other comment. Transit is a classic. I loved playing Transit with my brother on the 360. We would play all night doing the Easter egg and shooting the bus driver, and there, brother, you gotta edit this. It's one of the funniest maps, basically. I wouldn't say it's one of the funniest, but I mean, I guess this kind of enhances the point. Let's keep going. Played Transit nonstop on the 360. That map is amazing. You see how much nostalgia is in these comments? You know, there's no real objective reasoning to it. It's literally just feeling. And that's completely fine. That's totally justifiable. And I want to point out this comment specifically because I 100% agree with it. hot take, Transit was actually good because it's 5 maps in one and was ahead of its time. Now, I don't agree with specifically Transit's good. I don't think that's the case. I think it's one of the worst maps ever. But my response to this is what I believe. 2 ahead of its time. The 360 and the PS3 couldn't make the experience truly come to life. We're no longer in the 360 and PS3 days. Everything they wanted to incorporate in Transit can be incorporated now. The potential improvements to something like a Transit, to something like a Die Rise is massive. The part system, everything could be fixed. I mean, hell, they could fix the jet gun as well, and that would literally make it one of the more fun high rounds to do. Because right now, Transit high rounds are terrible. To get to around 100, it's about 10 hours, I believe. Hey everyone, this is a code in post-production here. So I decided to look and I found the world record for high rounds on Transit. It took this guy 7 hours to get to round 100. To get to round 110, which is only 10 more rounds, it took him another 2 hours. So yeah, if you need any more reasons as to why high rounds on Transit suck, let this be the reason. That is awful. And just one more for the road, because again, Black Ops 2 is amazing. Had to dislike, sorry, Black Ops 2 not God tier, you're a rookie. I don't think there's much more I can add to this. So many people would come back and would play this game for their entire lives, man. I would also be one of them in my opinion. Okay, improve Transit, improve Die Rise, fix the movement, add all of the amazing stuff that they have been working on, you know, with Black Ops 3, the leveling system, the prestige system, all that stuff. Maybe take away some of the microtransactions, even though I know that's not gonna happen, but it would still be awesome. If you guys please could comment below what you would want to see added into a Black Ops 2 remastered, whether it's like a top 5, maybe a priorities list or whatever you guys would like to see added, please comment below. I want to make a video reacting to your guys' comments and seeing what you guys would like to add. But anyway, guys, if you liked the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a blessed day or blessed tomorrow if it's at night. See y'all in the next discussion. Later.